What's up, people, man? It's your boy Spaces, man. And today, man, have you ever been in a situation where you're trying to come up with some music, you're trying to come up with a beat or whatever the case may be, and you cannot get past square one? You putting the same old chords you used to, the same old drum patterns you used to, in the whole nine, and it just don't sound good, and it just ain't working, and it just don't feel right. Well, today, man, we're gonna talk about overcoming beat block, man. Let's check it out. Now, before we get started, there's something that I do want to tell you guys, man. Over the years of doing my YouTube channel, I've always tried to sound like a certain thing or try to make it YouTube friendly and whatever the case may be. And I have not yet 100% been myself on this channel. So today, we changing that. I am never going to do that again. You have my word that from here on out, you're going to get 100% honesty from me. You're going to get 100% authentically me from now on, whatever that sounds like. It's not going to sound like a commercial or anything like that. We just going to have some conversation, man. That's what we're going to start doing, man. So you got my word on it, man. I've had people tell me about this. And so now I am going to make sure that I am just me. So we diving in, man. And also, you may hear me sound a little stuffy. I'm just getting over a cold. So we're going to get through it, man. I just couldn't go another week because I'm dealing with this today. All right. So anyway, how do I overcome beat block? Here we go. So as you see here, now just imagine this is a blank screen. This is a blank screen. There's nothing on here, right? And you've tried all these different things and it does not work. So I pull up Chord Jam. And when I pull up Chord Jam, I start playing around with some different progressions. So in this particular example, this is the progression that I came up with. Real simple, real smooth, not a lot going on, real nice progression. Right? And so from there, now I at least have something on the page here that I can start from. And so once I get that initial idea, then I'll just kind of build from that. As a producer, I don't want to say producer because producer has a certain name to it. As a beat maker, when we get a vibe, we got to go with the vibe. A lot of times we have a lot of music that sound alike because we're trying to make it sound alike instead of just going with a vibe. We're going to talk about that, but not today. So I just want to get a vibe and just kind of go from there. And so after that, I went to Arcade. And when I went to Arcade, I found this loop here that I wanted to play, and it sounds like this. And I like that kind of like a yell sound that it was making. Right? Now from there, what I wanted to do, because I didn't want it to play all the way through, all I wanted was a piece that was going to fit the progression that I came up with. And so as you see here, I'm going to play the progression and the sound that I use from that particular loop. I just wanted that, just that one little part. I don't even have like an echo or reverb or anything like that. Right? So I only wanted just that one piece, and I didn't want it with the tail or anything like that. It just sounded so good to me. It sounded good with the progression. So we went from there. I went from there, and the next thing I did, I wanted to find like a guitar, right? I had been trying to dial in all these different guitars and some of the other stuff, but Arcade had this one that was in honey, and the actual guitar itself was in 3/4 timing. This particular beat is in a 4/4 time. So how do you make that fit? It don't fit when you just play it out. It does not fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to play the actual guitar riff that it was, and then I'm gonna let you hear it, how it sounded with the track after I cut it up and everything. This is the original. Now remind you, this is in 3/4 time, right? Now that 4/4 time is gonna sound weird. And so with that, the 4/4 and 3/4, they're gonna clash. But what I did was I went here and I basically chopped this thing up. And as you can see, we did some chops. We did a couple chops in here, right? And so what I'll do is go ahead and play just these 3 sounds right here that we got so far. It just sounds so good, man. Right? Now, when I did that, now we got a vibe going now. We got a vibe going now. Now, a lot of people don't know this. This is a trick that I have been using for a long time, and it almost have never failed me. It has almost never failed me before, and that is vocal samples. Vocal samples is almost like a cheat code, man. It's almost like cheating in a sense, but you know, you just gotta do what you gotta do to make it sound good, right? And so what I did was I went to Duet, and if you have not saw the demo I did of Duet, make sure you go check it out. It's the very last video I did. Go check it out. Duet is dope. Shout out to Native Instruments for that one. But I found this particular, I guess you can call riff, in a key that I was working in, because I'm working in F minor, right? And so I'll play this with the vocal riff. Right? And so when I played that, then I'm like, all right, now we got something going here, right? So now I'm feeling it now. Then what I did was I went to Arcade, and I don't remember exactly where I went in Arcade, but I found like this bass line. The bass line itself had a lot of movement, and I didn't want all the movement. I just wanted the, I guess you can call it like the core foundation of the progression that was going on with it. But it wasn't like following the progression directly. It just kind of pushed it a little bit. And that's what I wanted it to do. And so I cut out a lot of that to make sure that it fit the track. The main thing for me is that it gotta fit the track. Like a lot of times pieces may not be as dope. It may not just be a dope sound, but it may just fit the track. And then if it fits the track, if it fits that vibe, then I just kind of go with it. Timbaland calls it a bounce, if it fit the bounce or it fit the sonics. And so I've learned that over the years, listening at the music that he does, he has these different things that are going on, and it may not fit like the progression, but it does something to the track sonically. And so I've learned that from him. And so this particular bass that I got, when I did this bass here, it just fit with the track. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that. Right? And so when I heard that, I said, oh man, that's just fitting. It's fitting perfect. It's fitting perfect. I like the way it was pushing the track. I like the way it was fitting around, the progression, the guitar riff, the vocals, it all just kind of matched. And then from there, I went to UJam Hot. Because what I wanted to do is I didn't want the normal kick snare that we normally look for. I wanted something different. I wanted to come out of the zone a little bit. And so when I went there, I found this preset that they had. And when I found this preset, This particular preset is Club in Paris, right? Now, in here, you have the verses, chorus, blah, blah, blah. It's playing like this loop. And so what I wanted to do, I wanted to play a loop, but I didn't just want to play the loop, just hold the button down and play it. I wanted it to have some kind of feel to it, right? So I did this little thing here. Hey. It just fit just so perfect. It fits so perfect with the groove. And so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and play this with that. Right? I just wanted to, it was just grooving so cool to me. It was just grooving in a pocket. And that's what I was looking for. One thing I'm always trying to do is find something nobody else is doing. That's what I'm always trying to do, right? And so when I found that particular sound, I'm like, okay, now we got a vibe. Now we're doing something. This sounds different. I went from literally nothing to this. Now, this is not a final product, so to say. This is just going with the flow. This is now a foundation that I can work from. This is something that I can take and try to take it to new levels, maybe take some away from it, maybe add something to it. Just depends on where it goes from here. But now I have a track and I'm not looking at a blank screen, being frustrated or anything like that. So what's the point of this? The point of this, when you have beat block, make sure you're using your tools. Don't let people tell you, using this is cheating, using this is cheating, using this is blah, 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 blah. Have your fun. If you have products that you're trying to get done, if you have stuff you're trying to get done and it's not coming, you may have to pull from a loop. Period. That's just what it is. It has to be that way. Now, my advice is that I would take that loop, I would take a piece of it, take parts of it, make it your own, and slow it down, speed it up, throw it in different keys and all kind of stuff to it. But just find that groove that make it your own. But use your tools, man. We pay for this stuff every day, every month. We're paying for different things. Use those tools, turn those knobs, have fun, man. That's all I can tell you to do. Have a bunch of fun. Continue to create music, man. Continue to create music. And until next time, peace.